Hello and welcome back to this Secret Files Tunguska Let's Play. And yeah, we've been abducted somewhere, and both areas to the side here and to the left here isn't really looking that inviting.
Looks like an elevator shaft, but the elevator is nowhere to be seen. Without an elevator? I really don't feel like jumping into precipices today for a change. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's take the stairs down and see what's down here first, I suppose.
No idea what that does.
Presumably it brings this thing down.
The freight elevator does not appear to be very stable. One of the cables has already broken, and the one next to it doesn't look like it is going to last much longer either.
Okay.
A completely normal fishing rod without any kind of frills, but rather robust.
Let's pick that up then.
Salt. Probably from the bag up there. That little bit is just enough for a breakfast egg.
Okay.
I think that's a water pump. It's not running though. I assume it is responsible for the running water and the heating. That's probably why it's so cold in here. It's not making a sound. Something isn't right.
True enough.
The platform hangs too high. I can't reach the stuff. Nothing is happening. Maybe the switch is broken.
Okay.
That's the way outside. I'm already freezing my butt off in here, and it's not going to be any warmer out there. 10 polar bears couldn't get me out of here while I'm wearing these clothes.
Okie dokie. Well then, let's make our way over here and see if we can find any trouble over here instead.
Oh, this appears to be something like a control room. And what is that down there?
Holy...
Problem solved?
Not quite. But at least I found our saboteur. There was a terrible, regrettable accident just now.
That's too bad. What's going on with the water?
That isn't important right now. I need you here.
Order. May I introduce you to Professor Charleroi, our scientific leader?
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, sure. Save it. We don't have time. The boss will be here soon, and I want to have everything ready to go by then.
Oleg, Sergei, and this Nicole Charleroi seem to be like a kind of complete assembly of all the human scum on Earth. Right now, I'm really tempted to jump through the window and send all three of them to... But what are they doing down there? And what kind of machine is that? I don't know for sure what is going on here. I'm really sure that it is something quite nasty. And this I know. As soon as I get even the slightest chance, I will mess up their plans, but big.
Good stuff.
A huge plasma screen. A single piece of explosive is still in there. I think I'll take it with me.
Okay.
None of the monitors shows anyone. It's probably possible to switch from one room to another somehow, but I can't find the right knobs. It all looks terribly complicated, at least for someone who knows frighteningly little about it. There are 3,000 switches here, and not one is labeled. I'm not even going to try it.
Fair enough. Okay. Really? We're going to fish for an item from up here? Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Maybe I can pick up one of the lighter packs.
What a catch.
Winter clothing. That's a nice catch. Much better already.
That's good. Okay.
I'd probably feel better if I blew it up. But would it help? Probably not.
Okay, fair enough. Question is, could we... No? Okay. Well then, considering we have some winter clothing, let's make our way outside and see what other trouble we can get ourselves
Somebody
into.
please tell me that I'm dreaming. Just where am I? Antarctica? Nobody is ever going to find me here. I can forget about that.
You're probably right.
Just how did they get all that heavy equipment here? It must have been a huge logistical effort.
True.
Building the station probably cost a lot of money. Somebody must be counting on getting a lot of profits.
Also true, I believe.
A 10-liter bucket.
Okay.
A huge field full of these strange things. I assume that they contain antennas, but what do you do with them? Receive signals? Or send signals? The power consumption of this facility must be gargantuan.
True. Let's try to leave the area.
Wow! An old whaling ship, completely enclosed in ice. I wonder how long that has been here.
Probably quite a long time.
A stationary harpoon. The things have an enormous penetrative ability and a relatively large operational range. What am I supposed to fire at? I haven't really been able to find that many real potential targets here yet.
Okay, fair enough.
It appears as if there had been a hole in the ice at one time, but it has frozen over almost completely in the meantime. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get the hole open again with only my bare hands.
No? Okay. Let's have a look in the barrel.
It contains whale oil. People also used to use it as lamp oil and lubricant.
Well... Really? No? Okay, that's at least good to know. Okie Let's have a look over here then. Hi.
The penguin seems to be sitting on something. He's probably hatching something. A warning sign. Caution. Precipice.
Can we take that?
There's someone lying there. Hello? Are you hurt? Hello? I almost fear that he's dead. Funny that someone should fall into the glacier's precipice, who probably knows his way around here. Plus, there was a warning sign. Just a moment. It could, of course, be that he had a little help when he fell. I believe these people here are capable of that.
Probably true.
It almost looks as if they let the poor guy die in misery down there. I really have to watch out. A human life does not appear to be worth much out here.
True.
This goes down so deep, I can't even guess where the bottom is.
Don't think we want to guess either. Okay. first step. Okay. That, but I mean, how am I supposed to pry that open then?
I do not know the number. Did I miss something while I was outside? Like something or other? Really? Did I miss that? The shield was stuck in there.
Oh. Okay.
Wow! What an explosion! It appears that it even triggered a small avalanche, but it didn't appear to bother the penguin.
I'm not surprised.
I know that robbing dead bodies is frowned upon in upper circles, but I cannot do anything for him anymore. He, however, could perhaps still be helpful.
True enough. Oh, hello.
In an abstract sort of way, the amulet represents a head. There is a large diamond on top. It looks to be very old. And if the diamond is real, it is worth a fortune.
That looks very much like the face thing.
A gasoline lighter. Unfortunately, there is no gas in it.
Okay.
A couple torn out pages. They're entitled Research Journal of Nicole Charleroi. I don't think that this information will help me right now, but I might at least understand better how everything ties together.
Okay, let's see here. With Massimo's support, I now have enough means to intensify my research, and I've already had some initial successes. With Massimo, finally someone who believes in me and my work. He isn't like these idiots in Paris. He has the same visions that I do. 22:4. I found some documents that are over 50 years old in which a scientist explains his theory. Take the waves of our radio transmitters. They're on the streets, in our homes, they are everywhere, but we don't see or feel them. Once we turn on a radio and set it to the right frequency, we suddenly hear that there are news reports or music. It will be possible to send thoughts into the human brain the same way. We just have to find the right Ooh, come on. My initial euphoria has become somewhat subdued. We are still focusing on the basic research while I wanted to be much farther by now. Still no prospect of concrete results, but luckily Massimo remains calm and continues to support the project. He won't regret it. In the last few weeks our experiments have shown that the energy emitter is working accurately. I'm aware that we have a long way to reach our goal, but we've at least completed one important step. In 2002, Massimo visited the facility for the first time today. He is visibly impressed by our results and assures us we will get more funding. A few months later, we finished the first successful series of tests today. The lab animals are only showing some reflex-like motor disturbances, but it's a start. 2003, almost a year later, we haven't made any progress. We are simply unable to make the next decisive step forward. We haven't been able to achieve a controlled influencing of the lab animals, and have no idea why. It's the radiation fields. It must be the fields. They probably aren't constant enough to achieve targeted influencing of the subject's brainwaves. And maybe something else is missing as well. But it is definitely the radiation fields. Was that the end? Massimo pulled me away from my research and sent me to Europe. He assured me that I will return as soon as possible with some new technology, but I'm afraid that he is getting cold feet. 2005, wow, that's almost 3 years later. But yesterday we finally started working again. Massimo was able to buy information about the research in the Tunguska region from the former KGB agent, and my assessment of the information convinced him. Russians are apparently working with fragments of this unidentifiable thing that exploded there in 1908. The amazing thing is that they were able to observe more profound and constant behavioral changes in the lab animals than I could in mine. 8.3. If the reports from Russia are actually true, our problems could soon be solved. It must be possible to generate extremely constant and uninterrupted radiation fields with these fragments. If that is actually the case, this could be the solution to our problem. We need to get our hands on one of these artifacts right away. Disappointing news from Massimo. The Russian informant confirmed that the Russians only have one of the artifacts. The other two fragments were apparently stolen by a sect in the 1970s. And I suspect the CIA is behind it instead. Modification of the Institute is now finished. With the new opportunities, I am optimistic that we can achieve suggestive influencing of the human brain if only we had one of these extraterrestrial artifacts. 25.8. I have stumbled on an interesting case in connection with information that the Russian informant sold us. A young Cuban scientist, Manuel Perez, was supposedly part of the expedition to the Tunguska region in 1977. He has apparently exhibited extreme mental and behavioral disturbances ever since. Since experiments were performed with these artifacts in this region back then, there could be a connection. I should take a closer look at this, Perez. 22806. Massimo is a genius. He found a scientist in Berlin who has been researching these strange artifacts for many years. Massimo is convinced that he has the fragment we need. The old scientist has disappeared without a trace a few days later. Someone appears to have kidnapped him right in front of our noses. Someone whose goal is identical with ours, perhaps. But Massimo has a new plan. He wants to use the scientist's daughter to achieve our goal. It sounds a little foolhardy, but it could work. Okay. Well then, the next area of bit I can think of is to... No. Okay. I wonder if there's anything else on that platform, actually, considering we still have the fishing rod. Apparently there was.
Terry cloth bedding, a whole stack of it. Whatever am I supposed to do with it?
Difficult to say. Anything else?
The other stuff on the platform is too heavy.
Okay, fair enough. What I can sort of think of is that we need to get the penguin to be less interested in whatever it's sitting upon. So I wonder if we need a fish. If we need to get this open, we need to be able to fire it up. So that together with the barrel of whale oil. No? Okay. Well, with that, I think we'll cap off the episode, and when we come back we will try to solve more of the bits to try and sort out around here. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will tune into the next one. See ya!